What's up, everybody? I've actually already been out at garage selling for about 2 hours. Not as exciting so far as last weekend, but I have found quite a bit of stuff because there's a community sale going on. So I already picked up like a PS2, some 360 controllers, some games. Just like I said, not as exciting as top loader NES systems. But Carlos, as you can see back there, hi Carlos.
Hey.
Hey. He is in town, and it's only like 9:30, 9:40, so we still have quite a few hours left of garage sailing. I did get into a little minor fender bender this morning, so nothing major, no really big damage, just it took up about a half hour of time, so that kind of sucked. But hopefully we didn't miss, all the sales because of that little screw up on my part. Hey, Mr. Kitty, are you for sale? How much are you? You don't care. You're in the sun. We just spent probably one of the longest times I ever spent at a goddamn garage sale. Between a half hour and an hour talking to these people, and Carlos bought like Star Wars Risk, and I had picked out a few games, but all the cases were empty. The kid had already traded in all his like DS games, so the mom kept going back in the house over and over and over again, finding like one game, maybe finding some stuff, and finally she just invited us into the house and let us like wander around and pick through everything. So there's that box back there full of shit, and we're just like pulling it. It was like $1 a piece for everything. Like Grand Theft Auto 5 for $1. Yeah, Carlos is a little speechless. He's like, ah. But I was just like, all right, I want this and this, and Pokemon Silver, and I was like, $1 a piece? She's like, yeah, sure, because that's the prices they had on the games out on the table were $1 a piece. So I just was going with their prices. That was crazy. At this little creepy alley sale, for $20, I just picked up Pokemon Soul Silver, Mario Party DS, which I have the case at home, and I just got the case for this one, and another Mario Kart. I was originally going to get just a sealed copy of like the Sonic collection on the DS, but then the kid came out with all his games. He actually had probably about 7 or 8 other games I wouldn't have mind picking up, but he didn't want to sell like any of the other actual like Mario Adventure games. So still a pretty good deal. We're done. Like, we're pretty much tapped out on money, and we're hungry.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So we're gonna call it right now. But obviously, we're gonna go back to my house. We got to work out some tradeage and stuff. So the day's not 100% over. Just over in garage sale sense. Carlos now turned into Frank. Say hi, Frank.
Hi.
I went and dropped Carlos off at the airport, and then I made a mess of my living room. Went and picked up Frank because we have some trading, and I owe him like $20. So we got to take care of some stuff, but basically, I think the last clip I showed, we didn't do any more garage selling after that. I didn't lie, we were done garage selling, but then I took Carlos to the airport so he could fly back home. But yeah, it's a little bit of a mess in here. All right, I'm at Frank's house now. It's like 6 o'clock in the evening. This day, again, has been way too long, as most of my garage sale days are. You're looking at the top loader because it's at Frank's house now because I no longer own this one. I did not sell it to him. We did a trade for an item that he actually got at a garage sale a long time ago. Yep. It's for a controller, guys. Yeah, I traded top loader for one GameCube controller. But if you look up Hori GameCube controllers, they're actually very rare, and they honestly go for roughly about what a top loader would go for with like a dog bone controller. So
I'm parting with my black one.
Yeah, he has a purple one too, so he had 2 of them. And then I owed him some money, so he's picking up King's Knight, R-Type Final, and then 3 Final Fantasy VII figurines, and I threw in, he got a free copy of Silent Hill Experience, and one of the manuals. So now he goes back up to College Town, USA,
Yep.
Also known as North Florida, so you won't see him for a while. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Alright, like I mentioned, this was a very long day, from about 7 o'clock this morning until I left Frank's house around 6 or so pretty tiring. I'll try to recap the day because the filming was really sporadic and sort of a lot went on. I left the house. I did a little bit of garage selling by myself at first. I was trying to get Carlos on the phone. He had come into town for a concert and was staying the night at a hotel. He slept through his alarm, so it took a little while for him to get back to me, but I eventually went and picked him up after I had already done probably like an hour and a half of garage selling or so. And then we went out for a while, came back to the house, me and him did some trades, and basically sort of I had some stuff that I was holding for him for quite a while, so we were just working that out. And then after that, I took him to the airport, so he went back home, and then I met up with Frank, like you saw, and then me and him did some trades. So I didn't film a lot at garage sales because the day actually kind of started out kind of shitty. The big community sale for the first maybe like 20 houses I went to, I didn't really get anything exciting, like nothing to whip the camera out for, like a couple PS2 games and like a couple Xbox titles, and even those weren't even that great. So after I picked Carlos up, it really sort of picked up in the sense of really cool things that we found. So I'm going to show everything. Basically, I have an entire box full, so a decent amount, but I'm not going to try to piece it all out in the order I got it all in. Really weird day in the sense that so much stuff was either $1 or 50 cents, and I barely ever pay, like, literally legit, hey, I want 50 cents for that, what the person at the sale says. You know, most of the time, maybe I'll get something that cheap in a bundle, you know, if I buy a ton of stuff, but people were just like, 50 cents or a buck, so I will try to price out going through all this stuff, what I got. These first two things I got from Carlos as a part of the trade we did, Pokemon XD and Godzilla Unleashed on the Wii. Then these I got from the first few sales. These are the ones I was talking about that aren't that amazing. A faded copy of Mega Man X8, but it's not the real case, as you can see. No manual. Disc was nice, though. $2. Halo Combat Evolve was $2. We got Halo 2, same thing. $2. Sonic Mega Collection Plus, same, $2. And Lara Croft Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, also the same. Now those were split up between like two different sales, but paid the same at both sales for all of it. This was technically the most I spent today on the fewest amount of items. I came across a sale that the guy had a box of Xbox 360 stuff, including his system, hard drive, Kinect, about 12 games or so, and like 3 controllers, one off-brand one, the other 2 obviously Microsoft. But he wanted $130 for the box, and honestly, it was only worth it if you were looking to buy, obviously, you know, a 360 with those games. Otherwise, it just wasn't going to be worth it. So I offered, you know, some money for the controllers, and for one other item, he didn't take it. Drove around the block, came back, and I was like, how about $35? And he's like, all right, I'll do it. So for $35, I got the first model of the wireless network adapter. Sorry, the lighting's a little funky. It's extra bright because I got a new bulb. But wireless Xbox 360 adapter, network adapter, and then 2 controllers. Sort of good and sort of a bad feature. Both controllers have the rechargeable Nyko batteries on the back. But good thing is there were 2 charge cables for both controllers. And they're in nice shape. So it's $35 for the 2 controllers, charge cables, rechargeable batteries, and the network adapter. Still a totally fine deal, but pushing the limits of like a fine deal at a garage sale. This was 50 cents, literally like on the side of the road. There was a weird garage sale on a really busy road. I guess from an apartment building. They just sort of threw a bunch of stuff out in the grass. 50 cents for a copy of Joe and Mac that I need to glue down the top that's coming up there. It's a little bubbly on the front of the label. It has stickers, so rough shape, but 50 cents. He originally said $1, and at that time, all I had in my pocket was 50 cents, and I showed him, like, if you could hold it, I could come back, but all I got is 50 cents on me, so I have a bad habit of not go. I don't want to stop and take a break and run to the ATM. I want to keep garage sailing, and if I find something, I can tell them, hey, hold it, and I'll be right back. But sometimes it works out in a better, in a better way, like that, where I actually get it for cheaper because I didn't have any money. This was a pretty good find. There were a few. Oh wait, here they are. I bought these 3 games, $1 a piece for these first 2. Evil Dead, Fistful of Boomstick on the PS2, and the Activision Anthology, over 45 radical games in one on the PS2. Those were $1 a piece, and then Dirt 3 was $3. I asked the kid, he had other PS2 games. We were talking, do you have any other games? No, blah, blah, blah. He had some GameCube stuff because, where is it? Oh, there it is. He used to have a GameCube because he had a GameCube memory card, a white one, hanging out at the sale. So he didn't know, he thought he sold the games or something prior at another sale. So for $5, I got all those and the GameCube card. But then, as this was, remember, a community sale, so basically I got out of the car and was walking down the street, and as I was walking back to my car, he was coming out of the house with a huge stack of even more games, and he's like, I found more PS2 stuff, like, cool, so I went and checked it out, and half of them were GameCube games, so I was like, hey, this is your GameCube collection. He's like, oh, great. So for $1 a piece on these, I got Rampage Total Destruction, WarioWare Incorporated Mega Party Games, copy of Mario Party 7, no manual on that one though, and then Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, and Lego Star Wars, the video game. Basically, I picked up a couple Star Wars ones just because they were in really nice shape, and like I said, for $1, it's really hard to pass up anything, even if it's not the normal stuff I get. Then, I think the main... Oh, wait, nope, this is next. Then, in that community sale, I really didn't plan on buying the whole GameCube, the system, but she wouldn't, I fully understood why. You know, she didn't want to sell just the controller or just the audio-video cable, but I didn't want to pay $15 for a GameCube, so I actually left that sale as well, and came back, and we worked it down to $8. You can see it was originally $15, actually the glare, there you go, $15 on the sticker. It came with one black memory card, and the only game she had, unfortunately, was not in the case. It was a Namco museum, but she didn't even have it. And then everything, all first-party stuff. So that was $8. And then the rest of this stuff in this box, I think is all from one sale. Yep, that's from the same sale. This also came from Carlos. This is a Game Boy Micro he had picked up at a flea market down where he lives. And it doesn't have the front face plate. The charge port's a little funky. You kind of have to wiggle the charge cable in it. It didn't come with a charge cable. He didn't find one. And it's a little dinged up on the corners, but it does play, it does work, and technically it does charge. So it was a good... I don't even know how much he paid for it at the flea market that he got it at, but at least it works. And you can always get, replacement face plates for it. This was $2. Oh no, I take that back. This was $1. They originally wanted $2 for it, but I got it for $1. The strategy guide for Platinum version of Pokemon. And I got one slim PS2 at a garage sale for $5 with no cables. Didn't matter. Okay, now I will show you this box. This is all from one sale. This is from that one sale from the clip of me talking with Carlos in the car of the woman, letting us in her house and letting us wander around. And she actually left the room, and we were there by ourselves in her kids' room or whatever. And it was really weird. I felt really uncomfortable. She was really friendly, and everything was fine in that sense, but just odd. I would never invite random strangers in, and I was sort of just trying to stay with her and kind of leave the room when she left, but she didn't care. So all of this isn't even all the stuff we got for $18. That's all we spent, and Carlos took the stuff he had home. It was Star Wars Risk, game, a few PSP games, and Injustice on the PS3. Injustice Gods Among Us. So this is all the stuff that I kept from that sale. We have Batman Arkham Origins Black Gate, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now some of this was $1, and some of it was just thrown in with buying 5 things and get it for $1 a piece, and they're just yeah, take this one too or whatever. We have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, Pokemon Pinball. This I paid technically $5 for. It was a GBA SP red model in pretty good condition besides the stickers on it, which I'm in the process of removing, and that did come with a charge cable. I have an extra multi-purpose charge cable for like a DS, SP, and a DSi on there, so multi-purpose one. Then we have Assassin's Creed 3. This was the first game I picked up from the sale. It was out on their little stack of games for sale. They all set $1. This is what started all this off. We have news. Oh wait, nope, I'm lying. That was from another sale. There is some other stuff from another sale in here, so I'll get to that in a second. Grand Theft Auto 5, $1. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, $1. Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Gold, $1 each on those. No, they do not save. Didn't really friggin' care or matter for $1 each. Mario Pinball Land. We have Pokemon White 2, and the reason why I'm opening the case because like I said, some of these cases are just empty cases. Both of these are in here. Fossil Fighters Champions and original Fossil Fighters, which I don't own these, and I think because I picked them up for, honestly, these were, I think, even less than $1. These were like 50 cents or something. I'll probably end up hanging on to those for myself. Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril. That's in there. Like I said, we spent a total of $18, and this isn't even all of it. That was a different garage sale. This was just a case I picked up at this sale for Soul Silver, but I ended up getting the game later on, as you saw in the video, so I already stuck that in there. We have... Those are from a different one. Oh, and then these are all the empty cases. Metal Slug 7, Zelda: Link Between Worlds, and he apparently had traded in almost all these games towards like Pokemon X and Y, I guess. Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story, Pokemon Black, Mario Kart 7. Here's his Pokemon Y case. Obviously, he didn't care about the cases because he left them at home and didn't trade them in. Chinatown Wars. So yeah, it would have been great if the games were somewhere in the house, because obviously we would have got them for like $1 a piece. But still, the cases were free. I didn't pay anything for the cases. She just threw those in. We had, and then one copy of Mario Kart was also. Come on, Glare, you piece of shit. There we go, kind of. Mario Kart was at that sale. And then Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. That was also there. I think that is it from that garage sale. Crazy. Awesome. I mean, we did spend like an hour there, so I guess it kind of paid off in that sense. And then earlier in the day, I had picked up Lego Batman, the video game, for $3. Wait, was this? Yeah, this Assassin's Creed on the DS was also... Come on! This new light sucks. I don't like it. Anyways, Assassin's Creed on the DS was also at the $1 sale. Then this was pretty interesting. Oh, wait. Goddamn. This box has a lot more in it than I thought, honestly. Pokemon Leaf Green. That was in the person's house. I found the Leaf Green and the Silver for Game Boy in their house. And we have... This was at a sale where I found these Game Boy Advance games. Nothing amazing. Ice Age 2, Midway's Greatest Hits, Battleship, Risk and Clue all together, and Ratatouille. And then a copy of Sims 2 on the DS. I found all these, and the guy basically said, I wanted just the Sims 2, and he said 50 cents, and he's like, you know what, just take them all, because I have no purpose or use for those. So I was like, 50 cents for all of them? Great. And then in the driveway as I'm walking away, there was, it didn't come with the case, I had the case at home, but there was a copy of New Super Mario Bros. Sitting in his driveway as I'm walking out, and I picked it up, I'm like, can I have this one too? He goes, yeah, sure. So he had them just like scattered in his yard and driveway. It was a really disorganized sale. So 50 cents for all that. And I guess the last thing, that one sale where you saw, I picked up the Mario Party. Here's the case I had at home, the Pokemon and the Mario Kart for $20. That, that still wasn't a bad deal at all for those 3 games for $20. And then from Carlos, I got Two fatty fat PS2s. These are going to Aaron. And one more slim PS2. And as always, the reason why Aaron likes those, because people always ask, he ships them off to a guy in California who then ships them off somewhere else and they get repaired or modified and they get sold in other places for way more money. But that's why he gets them and sends them off. Wow, I just did 16 minutes of no break, no screw up into my talking for the most part. So that's pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. Let me know what you guys got this weekend. Garage sales, flea markets, as always. I always comment back, and I like to hear what you guys have. And thumbs up this video, because it was another decent damn week. Not as amazing as last week, but for the prices, I mean, honestly, 50 cents and $1 for almost all this shit, individually was just insane. Like, we barely spent any damn money today. It was pretty crazy. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all very soon whenever you watch my next video. Peace!